What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Barefoot Garage and to our two new project bikes. It's finally time to take a look at our two new bikes in the garage. The Husky 701 is goodbye. And it's time to take a look at our couple of cool new project bikes. So we've got an Oset 12.5 and a Beta Rev3 270. Both of these are trial style bikes. I took the Oset on partial trade on the Husky. I wanted it and it was far away, and so the guy that was buying the Husky was nearby. I said, go buy this and I'll give you a discount, and he did. So he brought me this little Oset for one of my kids so they can start riding and practice around with. And if I are going to learn to ride and ride around the yard, I need a yard bike. I need a learning bike or a teaching bike. And so I got this Rev3 for a song from somebody out of town who also delivered it to Jacksonville over the holiday break. So these bikes are both in pretty decent shape, need a little bit of work. The Oset really just needs a tune up, but the Beta is going to be a little bit more of a project. So let's take a look at each bike individually. All right, the Oset 12.5. I believe this is the smallest Oset they make. This is a 03 or 06 or 02. I don't know. It's older, not a big deal. The person said it needed a battery, but other than that, it ran and drove good. And to be honest, it's in super good shape. The brakes work, the tires work, everything's here. They had zip tied a battery powered light. I don't know if they were riding it at night. It does probably still have the old school flooded battery. We may upgrade that to lithium, but honestly, it's just a cool little bike. Everything is super tiny on it, but it does carry me. If you turn the little throttle stop or the sensitivity speed up all the way up, I can ride around the yard, which is pretty sweet. So it has real suspension. It's got a real shock in the back. It's got real forks in the front, and it's just a cool little deal. So super simple. Turn it on. Tells you how your battery's doing, and you're ready to go. So the battery only charges for like 15 minutes, and it says it's full. So I know it's probably got some memory, and it just is not holding a full charge. So for now, that is totally sufficient. You know, we can probably ride 2-3 rides on it with my kid before it needs to be charged. So for now, we're not going to do anything with it, but that is the Oset. Now on to the Beta. This is a Beta Rev3 270 two-stroke trials bike. And if it looks unusual, that's because it is. I think this bike weighs 150 or 157. It's a hydroformed aluminum frame. The tank is built into the frame. Super lightweight, super cool bike. I actually got to try one of these from a buddy up in Washington and kind of thought it would be a fun thing to ride around. And honestly, it's smaller, lighter, quieter, and less expensive than the Husky. And so it's really something that I can keep around and use on occasion and not feel bad that I have all my resources tied up into one thing. So this has been a little bit of a project already. I've been working on it off camera. The night before I got it, I heard from the previous owner that the water pump was leaking. So because these are Italian bikes and it's ancient, it's a 2002 or 2003, the parts have to come from Europe. So I ended up having to order like $120 worth of seals and stuff for the water pump. Got that all changed up. Everything else looks good inside the motor. So fresh coolant, fresh oil in the motor, and it ended up being not too big a deal. So the Beta is going to become kind of like a trail bike. I'm going to turn it from trail or trials into a trail bike. So I have a long range seat tank combo that I'm going to put on there that I got used. I may look at putting some lights on it, and maybe we'll try to make it street legal. So I know it's not the right thing to do with this bike, but if I could crank it up, two-stroke it, ride around the neighborhood or ride and get some fuel or, you know, whatever, mostly it would be useful for just connecting fire roads and stuff out in the forest. Down where I live, there's not a lot of private land riding. There's a lot of public land riding. And without a title or a Forest Service sticker or really a tag, there's just not as many options unless you want to ride motocross, which is not my thing. So we'll work on this a little bit and see if we can turn it into kind of a cool little slow speed trail killer and go from there. So the Beta will be around. It does run pretty well, and I've got the pipe off for repacking right now, but you will see plenty more of this on the channel. All right, that's going to do it for our 2 new bike projects. You'll see plenty more of these. Maybe I'll even try to do a little bit of trials riding as we get a little further along. So don't dismay. The Suzuki will be back. The next video, it will be completely finished running and riding. I've got the tank back from California and it looks amazing. So I'll give you guys an update on that soon. But meanwhile, stay tuned to Barefoot Garage between episodes at Barefoot Garage Tracks on Instagram and right here on YouTube. Drop us a comment. Let us know what you're riding and what you're working on. See you guys.